All right, folks, welcome back to Tool Talk and Truck Torque, where two old contractors gab about tech, tools, and troubleshooting stuff over pastrami sandwiches. I'm Mike.
And I'm Tony, and today we're talking about RM12. If you've heard the buzz on the job site, you've wondered what the heck it is. Let's chew it over.
Exactly. RM12. Sounds like a robot from the future, but this one's a builder's friend. Let's dig in.
Before we do, Mike, did you finish that pastrami? You've been quiet over there. Hang on. Before we get into the nitty-gritty, let's set the scene for the folks at home. We're talking about a product that's been whispered about on forums and passed around in text messages between crews. It's got that almost mythical status right now. All right, big question. What is RM12? From what we've gathered, it's basically a product used to protect building materials from moisture and dampness. Seems like remote technology designed it to help keep mold, mildew, and water damage at bay, especially in places that see a lot of humidity.
Yeah, that's the gist. Moisture management is everything on a site. You miss a damp proofing step and you've got rot down the line. It's like preventative medicine for structures.
Totally. And folks call it easy to apply. Not some rocket science product that needs 12 dudes on scaffolding. Simple, solid barrier. That's why it's catching attention.
Exactly. It sounds basic, but reliable means less callbacks, and that's what keeps the inspector off your back.
So why are we even talking about moisture protection on a contractor podcast? Because if you ignore it, you're basically inviting decay in your builds.
Right. Moisture wicks up into materials, weakens walls, invites mold, and mold hates nobody.
Hates nobody. Yeah.
Clients start complaining, health issues show up. Next thing you know, you're replacing drywall instead of finishing trim.
I've seen old basements where they use nothing, and the stone starts flaking off. With something like RM12, you're adding that defense layer.
If RM12 does what the social post hints at, blocking moisture and preventing mildew, it's a difference maker in climates like Johannesburg or Durban, hot and humid. You don't want hidden damp after the build.
For sure. Especially older buildings where basements and slabs take in ground moisture like a sponge.
Let's talk how we'd actually use this on site. Foundation walls. That's obvious place number one.
Yeah, before backfill. Slabs around showers and wet areas, you prime and seal with something like this before tiles go on.
Roof structures too, if moisture's a concern before roofing completes.
Exactly. And retrofit projects, older houses with damp problems, you put RM12 in where old membranes fail. You know, I was thinking about other spots. What about commercial kitchens or breweries? Places that get washed down constantly. All that water splashing around can get into the grout and behind walls. A solid waterproofing layer there is non-negotiable.
Clients start asking about waterproofing treatments. If RM12 delivers on moisture prevention and mold control, that's a good selling point.
And if it's easy to apply, like a brush-on or spray, that cuts down labor time.
Let's swap some real stories. I had this sunroom job. Humidity was high and the drywall kept buckling near the floor.
Been there. I worked a renovation where the slab kept weeping water after rains. Ruined trim and flooring.
Right? We ended up stripping it, resealing the base with a moisture barrier, and that made all the difference.
With something like RM12, assuming it's a modern formulation with good adhesion, you might have avoided the demolition and rework.
That's it. Prevention over cure, man.
Let's break it down. Pros first.
Easy application. Huge. If it's not rocket science, you save time and mistakes.
Helps with mold and damp. That's big for client satisfaction.
May lower long-term maintenance costs. Less rot, less structural repairs.
All right, cons.
We don't have full specs yet. We're guessing. Need to know durability, how it reacts with different substrates.
Also, what about extreme weather cycles? Freeze, thaw? Does it crack? You'd want that tested.
Cost, always a factor. If it's pricey, some clients won't bite even if the value is there.
You gotta weigh upfront cost versus avoidance of problems later. Educate them.
You've got waterproof membranes, sealants, specialized paints. How would RM12 stack up?
If it truly blocks moisture and prevents mildew, it's competing with the whole category, but membranes are heavy-duty and proven.
Yeah, I'd like to know if RM12 is just a surface treatment or behaves like a membrane layer.
Right. It's like choosing between a leather jacket and a raincoat. Both keep water out, but in different ways.
Contractors pick tools that match the job. RM12 adds another tool in the belt.
Test it on a small area first. Make sure adhesion and result match your needs.
Check compatibility with paints and finishes. Don't apply and then discover it messes with your top coat.
Look for training or application guides from Remo if they have any. The devil's in the details.
Talk with suppliers. Sometimes they have case studies or technical sheets.
So RM12, no robot, no smartphone, but potentially a solid moisture solution for contractors.
If the claims about dampness protection hold, this is worth a chat with your supplier and a trial on your next wet area job.
And as always, use what fits your project. No magic bullet replaces smart construction practice.
That wraps it up for today on Tool Talk and Truck Torque. Thanks for hanging with us at the deli. See you next time.